Good evening. I haven't actually checked my levels and stuff, have I? But you can't hear me. Desktop. It is. Oh, no, that's on. That's working. Mic's working. Oh, everything's working as it should do. Everything's working as it should. Apparently. Can you all hear me? Okay. Excellent. You can hear me. Wonderful. Wonderful. Right. Welcome to the live stream. It is Saturday. We are here. We're going to kick some more Reaper ass, I think. Right, I'm going to invite some people, and then we are going to try and see if there's if any of them want to be on stream, because I think you get somebody on stream. Right, I'm just going to jump in the Discord chat. If you want to come join us in the Discord, you can do. There is a link in the description, so you can come and hang out with us there. Oh, Discord, can you hear me?
Oh, there he is.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Yes, we can hear you, Tim, but you don't sound. What's up? What's up? You sound very tired.
Oh, Diana, that looks amazing. That banner you've got. I'm so jealous.
I'll
Why
be
has
back, Tim. I
everyone
gotta
got a
reboot my
back except
computer.
you and me, Tim?
Because there's so many things that you've got to tick off just to get one. Random, nice to see you. How you doing? Mr.
Yeah,
Spencer, thank you for joining.
I don't know how they do it.
I've been tracking
I
my...
might need another invite because it says I'm unable to connect.
Oh no, you're not having technical problems here. Yeah, I've been tracking my thing on Mass Effect HQ.
I'm in the game.
And
Oh yeah.
yeah, my levels are just... They're creeping up slowly. Closest one I've got is the Assault Rifle Mastery, but I can't even complete that because I haven't got the Cerberus Harrier, the Particle Beam. Like, there's 4 or 5 weapons I haven't even got, so I won't even be able to complete that one. Crazy.
It is stupidly difficult. Why? It's for some reason it keeps. It's like I can enter the game, but it's not letting me join yours.
Invite again.
That would be good. Never had that pop up before.
Maybe even
Literally
Bard.
right after I pick my character.
Don't waste too much creds on consumables. If I don't, I tend to die. Right, I need to change my character. I've got a couple of characters that I've noted down that I need to work on. So we've got one of the Vortress soldier extractions to do, and then that's another thing ticked off. Essential.
I think I'm in.
Not just me who's having.
Have you been doing, Tim?
Okay.
No, I don't think it's Curtis can't seem to join either, and Manning doesn't even appear
I'm here.
to be logged in. So
No, Curtis is there.
oh, I can't see him.
Yeah. I'm here. Just takes a while.
Okay. Ah, there we are. Right, weapons. M7 Lancer.
Do you gotta love technology?
That's up on me.
Well,
Oh no,
I got
I
no
joined. There we
credits
go.
right now, so I gotta build myself up.
Ah, Diana's got my back.
Go on, Curtis.
Okay. It's always good to know. Thank you, Diana.
Yeah, I was playing this with Orzar the other day.
Oh yeah.
He told me to get the engineer challenge stuff. You should use the N7 Paladin if you've got it.
I don't know if I
think
have
I'd
or
go
not.
with that.
Oh, is it
I think it's a
the
Sentinel
pistol?
class. No, it's a Sentinel and it's got like a shield. But
Oh
it's
right.
got like engineer abilities. So it's
Okay.
kind of overpowered in a few different ways. I'll be ready in just a second. There we go. No, I'm not. I'm ready myself. Wonderful.
Item. Hey there, Dark Voice.
I don't have any missiles in this round, but I hope I get it next time.
It's got a new weapon
You know
upgrade.
enough to get a pack yet, guys?
So how is everyone this week? We all good?
Yeah, I've been pretty good.
I'm good too.
We've been having some strange weather, but
Can you hear Curtis, Tim?
I can, yeah.
yeah, he's just ignoring me. Right off the bat. Good boy.
Wow, there we go. We're on fire. That's straight off the bat. How's you still playing Batman, Curtis?
Yeah, I had to restart it again. I think I made it towards the end, and I don't think Batman didn't have all the stuff he needs.
Stay alert. Enemy is regrouping.
You know, I had to
Enemies approaching.
scan a bunch of helicopters to get some kind of code, and for some reason I can't get the last helicopter.
Oh.
So I decided, yeah, cause all the helicopters turn blue, and one's still yellow, and it keeps saying I've already scanned it.
Oh, okay. Is it a bit of a bug then, is it?
I have no idea what's going on. Yeah, kind of a bit of bug on it. So I decided to restart the whole game. No harm to do that. I'm enjoying it though.
Ow.
Some good work down there. That's right. Enemy is regrouping. Time to
What have you
reload.
been
Yeah.
playing, Tim?
This week, what have I been playing this week?
Identify some key enemy personnel in the area.
Oh, a bit of Cyberpunk this week.
On the targets and terminate.
Quite good. I have no idea what's going on, but it's quite good.
See, my biggest problem with Cyberpunk is the journal is useless, isn't it?
Yeah.
It doesn't tell you anything about where you're going in the story. It's just some stupid, like, fun little thing that they added in where it's like V's saying something to themselves about whatever.
Yeah.
Really hope that's something that gets improved in the next one.
New targets
You like take a couple of days off, and you reload, and you're like, what was I up to? What was I doing? And yeah, the journal just, it doesn't. I'm supposed to be trying to find somebody, and I'm not sure why.
You know,
I'm just
and
kind
being
of.
that long, you really need to have some kind of catch up as well.
Thank you.
Otherwise, they just expect you to what? Complete it all in one go.
Target dead squad member down. Last target is in play. Go get him.
Well, I'm having a bit of a connection issue here.
Well done, team. Stay alert. Enemy is regrouping.
Cyber got any better? Is it like No Man's Sky where it sucked at launch, but updates are making it better? Well, I can play it. I've got it on PlayStation 4, and I can play it, so that's an improvement. Yeah, like whereas the narrative to The Witcher 3 is you know, you can follow it and you can go off the beaten track and you can do side missions and then you can pick up the main quest again and it's all logical. To me, Cyberpunk's just not making any sense. I'm kind of going from mission to mission without actually really understanding what I'm doing or why. Maybe that's just
They really need to, like, if they're doing updates, update the journal.
yeah.
It'd require a massive update, but you know, I don't know what they were thinking, to be honest. By having a useful journal. I love it when my character gets like use a ladder.
From what I heard, it's
How
definitely not much
you
better. Yeah.
use a ladder.
Currently building a new PC after Black Friday sales, and I'll try the Cyber again. I think. Oh, it's definitely worth playing. Ooh, yeah. It looks like you're having some issues there, Craig.
Were you seeing lag on?
Yeah, you're kind of crouched and sliding all over the place.
Okay, I'm not seeing that on my screen, so I would love to see that on playback.
Random.
He's probably trying to do dance.
The moaning, the myth, the legend,
I've not
or is it someone else?
tried that Callisto one, to be honest. I've heard that it's quite stuttery.
Mrs. Cerberus guy got it, and I played it for a few hours last night. I know it's not perfect, and I know a lot of people compared it to Dead Space, but in my personal opinion, to me it honestly feels more like a single-player GTFO.
My connection's awful right now. So I'm literally not killing anyone on my screen.
Can you guys hear me, or am I
It's
still
like-
having internet issues?
No, I can hear you.
Okay.
No,
Yeah, I can hear you.
Enemy forces down to half strength.
Alright, so I guess I'll just spectate this match, and then we'll figure it out from there.
Didn't bring it back.
Yeah, I can step
I'm
out
happy to
and,
leave after this game.
step in.
So what?
We're just figuring out who's stepping out then, unless you want to.
We should form a coup and kick Tim out.
Oh, right, that's
Also,
the.
sorry.
I was going to say the. I just managed to tick off the M7 Lancer use.
Does that mean you have to use the Vindicator now?
Yep.
I feel sad for you.
I don't know what my character's doing on your screen, but on my screen, I'm attacking things and not doing any damage.
I think you're still crouched. You were just like sliding all around the mouse, around the map in a like a fetal position.
Lovely.
On my end, you're just standing still.
My word, the lag is having a mass effect on the lag is having a mass effect on the quality of the gameplay. It's very articulately put, random.
I'm just going to let myself die and see if that changes anything. So I'm not doing anything to anyone.
Squad member needs help.
Oh, you look like you're
Oh my
back
God,
now.
I killed someone. Yeah, I killed someone.
Still active.
Yeah.
Stay alert.
Yeah, I saw that.
Enemies approaching.
On my end, you were just standing there, standing still like a little statue.
Well, that, the Weeping Angel stuff. I'll only move while you can't see me.
Team member has gone dark.
So going back to Callisto Protocol, do you say it was like a Grand Theft Online manning?
Is Marine still here?
I don't know.
He is not.
Grand Theft Auto is
Oh no, the Phantom.
yeah, I know it's a different game, random. I thought Manning said that it was more like Grand Theft Auto Online than it was to Dead Space.
Well done, team.
I assumed it was going to be like Dead Space. Apparently they've patched it. They had a day one patch and that, but all the like reviewers and stuff have said that it was. Yeah.
Squad member has flatlined.
I
Yeah.
honestly saw it advertised, but knew nothing about what it was trying to advertise to me. So I never bothered. But I heard it was rubbish.
I know Manning's having troubles.
Ah,
Ow.
Well done to you. Oh, actually, it's upside down around you. And Curtis.
Squad member down.
yeah.
Team member has gone dark.
Trying to save you.
Oh,
I Try to save you.
Sorry,
kid.
Diana. I thought you was someone to come step on me.
I got a glitch on my end.
Hi there, Morden. Nice to see you.
You know, I had a friend who recently did the suicide mission,
I'm at the...
Oh yeah.
and yeah, she nearly got everyone out. But at the very end, I didn't even realize this, right? But apparently you need Grunt, Garrus, and Zaid. You need them to cover the door. You need all three of them.
Yeah.
And yeah, apparently you do, because one person gets killed if you don't. And she got more than killed.
See, Morden's always the one that seems to die for me.
It was really annoying as well, because like obviously he's so much better in 3. Like, I mean, his death obviously is so much better in 3, which is way more heroic, and you know, he has that big character moment of saving the Krogan and everything.
I even got to the stage where I'd take Morden onto the final battle with me, just so that I know that I could keep him alive, and he can still die there. After you get to the final cutscene, if you don't have like the right people alive or the right loyalty missions and that, a big chunk of metal would squish him.
Is that if you take him to the final fight?
Yeah. So you can keep him alive through the entire final fight, and then the last... Oh, come on. And then the final cutscene, if you've not got somebody's loyalty mission or somebody's dead or something like that, a big plate of metal comes and squashes him. I was like,
Surely
seriously?
that's only if he's disloyal. But surely that's only to do with his loyalty to you.
No, it depends, like, your choices on the final mission, doesn't it? There's a whole, like, flow chart thing that you can follow.
No, but I thought there was something complicated about the final fight as well, but then I looked at the flowchart and all it said was they have to be loyal. So I don't know.
Oh, come on, that's twice in a row.
Loving the leg. It really adds to my experience.
Always Tally is 0 and she survives.
I'm coming.
Never get Tally to loyalty because I think writing her out, her dad, is the right thing to do.
Oh right, so saying everything that her dad did basically. I think that's what I mean.
You see, I was always on the impression that, because I do everybody's loyalty mission that I can up until the collector mission, and then after you've completed that, you've got a choice. By then, I've only got, it's usually Legion's loyalty left to do. But you've got a choice. You can either go after your crew, or you go and do Legion's loyalty, And I was always in the impression that if you went and did Legion's loyalty, because that's the last loyalty mission to do, then your crew die. So it's very rarely that I have a get a chance to do, because Legion you pick up so late in the game. And it was a case of Morden would always die on me, so...
Team member, we still have an active target. Get a move on.
You do have to wonder, don't you? Like, what was the original plan for how you pick up Legion then? Because obviously in the actual game you pick them up in the IFF, but if there's conversations going way back to the start,
Yeah.
then surely there was a plan to pick them up somewhere else.
The whole plan was to have you pick up your crew right near the start, like so you'd have everybody pretty much from the get-go. But because of the
Or maybe more of a pick up who you want when you want.
yeah, pretty much. You could pick up in any order, but it was because it was developed for the Microsoft, the Xbox 360. They couldn't fit all that data onto one disc, so it had to be split into 2 discs. So they split up the crew to even out like the data and stuff. But you'd have thought when
I believe that's the reason.
yeah, that's it. That's purely the reason. That's why all the the dialogue's still there, because they recorded it all, but then realised they couldn't fit it all on to one disc. And that's why if they'd put a bit more effort into the
Surely that's
Legendary
something
Edition,
they-
because the PC doesn't have that problem, with the Legendary Edition they should have built it how, they should have changed it to how, it should have been originally, I think. But they didn't. They just...
Surely, like, surely so much has changed as well, though, that discs can hold more data now. Like, because obviously they could still have a disc release, but I could swear that like discs can also hold more data than they used to.
yeah, it wasn't
For-
Blu-ray though, was it? It
like,
was just your
much
normal...
larger games now.
The 360 was just your normal, everyday data disc, wasn't it? It's all Blu-ray disc now, which are like 10 times the size of it.
Well, yeah, that's why I'm saying though that
It's just like my
that's why I'm saying that they could have changed it with Legendary Edition,
Yeah, they could have done.
not
And
just the PC.
Well, I mean, even for like your digital downloads and stuff, you don't need that, do you? You don't need to be on. It's only on physical discs, but
But that's
What-
what I was saying. Like, physical
Manning.
discs have surely changed though.
if you've only got one mission left after the crew is kidnapped, so you can't. Although you can technically do 2, if you've only got that one mission left, won't that negate the second mission and go, well, you decided to go on that final mission rather than picking up your crew? I've never tried it. Maybe I tried it once and I don't know, but that voice has a mod for it. I think that's probably the best way to go in it. Just get yourself a mod now these days, if you're playing on PC. I wish with remasters they would include the cut content instead of just... Yeah, I mean, that's it. If you're going to re-release it and make it all look nice and pretty, you might as well add in the bits that you didn't have time to make, or... You shot me through a wall.
I'm not expert, Tim, but I think it looks Cerberus.
Same with me.
Mods it and immediately lock everything. I might have to have a look into those ones, to be honest. Oh no, you can go away.
That's what's going on this and lag.
Oh, hello. Excuse me.
There's a lot of Atlas in this game.
Did not deserve to get extracted from that.
I go to Two Hunks immediately, trying to recruit Rex. Right. So that was that one done. It should be the Quarrying Engineer next.
The annoying thing is you can't check challenges while you're in a lobby.
That's what I'm using.
I don't know if that's just me, but
No, you can't anyway. It doesn't update straight away either. You have to be logged out, and it takes about 15 minutes for it to update apparently.
stupid.
Quarrying Engineer next.
I still don't have enough to buy more stuff, so I gotta use what I have.
Let's try using something tangible.
Yeah, that's what I'm using there, Tim. You like her.
And weapon I need to change to M37 Falcon.
I'm definitely not choosing a Krogan out of spite for what Manny said the other day. Remember in when we did that podcast recording, and he said no one chooses the Krogan in multiplayer. So guess who's choosing the Krogan in multiplayer?
Nice.
Is Manny gonna play, or?
I don't know.
Hope so. You might be having issues.
It always happens on the live stream.
I don't think so, Diana. He's not on at the minute. I know he said he was having some issues. I don't think he's in Discord either, is he?
No. He was very briefly here, but then I think he couldn't talk for some reason or another. Had a connection problem and couldn't talk.
Also, I think he's got some friends around at the minute. Come back in, Diana.
Yeah, Tim needs your help, Diana.
No, we need her help.
Yeah, we need her help. Yeah, there you go. We need your help, Diana.
I haven't got any like equipment and
Help
stuff.
us. Yeah, I don't have enough credits to buy anything right now. So I'm fighting blind. I wish I could put Batman into this game. That would be cool.
And in Mass Effect.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, I am surprised that there aren't some weirder like skin mods
They
out
could
there
be.
for Shepard. Like They could add Batman.
That
Wouldn't
would be
surprise
cool.
me if they did.
Or if you could have a character
Or the
model for
Joker.
Shepard.
Tim could be the Joker.
Imagine if you could add a character model for Shepard though that looked like Trevor from GTA 5, or like, or just Trevor, Franklin, and Michael.
I'm the hero this galaxy
I'd love to make
deserves.
Trevor Shepard. Yeah, all right, hey Dave. Calm down. Or is that a Batman quote that I'm not getting?
I think Batman would be pretty cool though. But thing is, he don't have no guns.
Yeah, unless he's Batman in the Justice League. Then he uses all the alien guns.
I kind of wonder how Batman of today, on that very thick armor suit, how can he manage to do all that kung fu fighting? That'd be kind of hard to move around, don't you think?
Oh, we've just done this level. Although now it's at night time for some reason.
Well, better than that one map with the acid rain.
Oh, that's true. Who were taking on this
Of
time?
course,
then?
it's the collectors.
I just managed to shoot myself
Tim has to pick
and
the
then
collectors.
tell myself to stop shooting myself.
You do worry about you sometimes, Tim.
Well, I've got that mine thrower gun where it kind of bounces off things. It kind of bounced off a wall, went behind me, and then shot myself in the back. And then she went, "Stop it!"
Ah, I don't know who's saying me, but thank you.
It was me.
Well, thank you, thank you.
I must admit, I do prefer the Mass Effect 3. You know, the little gun detail things that say what kind of ammo you've got. I do prefer the Mass Effect 3 versions rather than the Mass Effect 2 ones. Hi there, lol.
Is that the money?
I heard.
Yeah, I'm knocking on all the wood in the world when I say this, but I think I actually have a stable connection.
Awesome.
But obviously you've already started, so I'll just hang out and chat for this.
I swear you said that when we did the podcast.
This time I even punched myself in the head, because that's the thickest wood of all. But anyway, finishing my thought from like 20 minutes ago, Callisto Protocol is a little jittery, but I still really enjoyed it. But if you go into it expecting it to be Dead Space 4, you're going to be disappointed.
Why is it? How is it not like Dead Space then?
It's... I almost think Dead Space is more actiony. Like, Callisto Protocol, it's more like ammo is so scarce, it reminds me of like OG Resident Evil. And it's almost like you're more better off using stealth, melee, and I forget what it's called, but you remember like the gravity glove thingy you had in Dead Space that could like you could lift things and move them around? They have something similar to that, but it's just like ammo is so scarce. Like for the couple hours I played, I almost basically never even used a gun.
Okay.
Like I said, it reminds me 1,000,000% more of like a single player version of GTFO. And if you've never played GTFO, it's like one of the best science fiction horror multiplayer games ever.
Oh, I thought you meant like GTA Online.
No, GTFO. It's a 4-player
I thought you meant
co-op
Get Out.
multi. No, I didn't mean the slur, Craig. There's a game called GTFO. It's a 4-player science fiction game where you play as convicted felons and you're trying to earn your freedom by taking on suicide missions by trying to hack computers and sneak around creepy alien monster infested abandoned places to recover stuff. It's incredible.
What does GTFO stand for?
I'm not gonna say it because you'll ban me.
I don't mean the slur.
I apologize, Random. I do apologize.
No, well, like the game is called. The game means the slur because it's just. But it's like the thing. Like it's so intense. I don't know. I don't know what. Okay, fair enough. I don't know why they called it that. But that's what the game is called.
Oh.
It's like $40 on Steam, which is probably like 20 or 25 pound, and it's honestly one of the most intense, like nerve-wracking. Because normally when you play horror games, it's because you're by yourself and you're in this little claustrophobic environment. This one you can have up to 4 people. And normally things are less scary when you're in a group, but it's one of the most terrifying games I've ever played. And you have to be so in sync with your teammates because like one screw up will like trigger a horde and you're all dead.
About.
No, you can't do that, Random. Who's going to watch the stream?
Dead Space 1 and 2 are pretty much universally regarded as all-time classics. The third game gets a lot of flack, but I actually honestly kind of liked it because they had like this interesting 2-player co-op dynamic where like you almost had like a sanity meter, and depending how stressed your character got in-game, sometimes you'd like start hallucinating and see things and hear things your teammate couldn't, and vice versa. So I really enjoyed how stressful that made it.
I see that EA has the original version of it for I could play it for free. I just never played it.
It's legitimate. It's a third-person survival horror game, and normally third-person I always kind of find less scary because you can always kind of see around corners just because the camera's in third person. But they did a really job of making the original Dead Space super terrifying, especially for a game that's from 2008.
Is the podcast you're referring to? Yes, Random, is the Lazarus podcast. That is our little side project. Do you listen?
Just gonna say now, I am editing a short film and a wedding video, as well as the podcast at the moment, so it might take some time.
You know, it's funny that you mentioned weddings, Craig, because did you know mine was so beautiful, even the cake was in tears? Did you get it?
I do not.
T-I-E-R-S, not T-E-A-R-S.
Never a good sign when you have to explain your own jokes.
Yeah, well, Craig's super young. He doesn't think he's never been to a wedding before or seen a wedding cake.
Clearly, I don't know enough about cake. So I don't get it.
Well, yeah, wedding cakes are usually layered, like 2 or 3 or 4 stacks high. Like, so it's in tiers, not like crying tiers, but like tiers as in different levels.
Oh, is tiers like another way of saying like levels? Oh, I suppose in games it's another way of saying levels, but I didn't know like in terms of like.
Yeah, T-I-E-R, not T-E-A-R.
I feel like I'm getting an English lesson right now.
And from someone from the deep south, that's pretty embarrassing for you being from the UK.
Ah, lol, I am so jealous. LOL is playing Mass Effect for the very first time. I wish I could go back and play it again for the very first time.
You never forget your first.
When you played it for the first time, because I think you said you played it like when it came out, like in November 07, right?
Yeah.
Were you like super duper hyped and was like it a game you like lined up for, or were you just like, oh, this looks kind of cool, it's like Space Dungeons and Dragons, I'll give this a shot? Like, did you know a lot about it going in, or did you just think like the box art looked cool and you're like, oh, I'll give this a shot?
Oh no, I'd seen a couple of previews for it on the magazine. I was expecting it. I can remember, I think it was something like official Xbox magazine or something that I was reading, or Xbox. There's another one actually. I can't remember what it's called, but it wasn't the official one. And they'd had like a
Gamer, maybe?
no, it was Xbox at the time. I can't remember what it was called.
Ah, crud.
10.
Yeah.
Can you do me a favour and stop dying?
Technically, I'm not dead. I was just having a little lay down. That's all.
You know, I kind of legitimately miss like the days like 10, 15 years ago, 20, whatever, where like people would like actually like wait in anticipation for like video game magazines to come out. And now that like literally doesn't exist anymore.
Hey Terry, cooking dinner. Oh, what you having? Hey there, Mathis. No, I did a tiny bit on the 360 back in the 26, 27 outside there. That basically blinds. Oh well. Try not to spoil anything for you.
Oh, Craig is super sassy random. You should hear the way he talks to me in private.
Yeah, sure.
I don't think I'll ever live that shotgun versus housefly analogy.
And I called dibs on this cover.
Also, one further thing I forgot to mention in that episode, but just in fairness, I guess it's technically not quote-unquote a gun, but Kyle Lang does have more than just a sword. He still has the phase disruptor hand cannon thingy on his glove.
Well, I really struck a chord with you, didn't I? I really struck a chord.
Well, I know. I wish I could go back in time before we did our top 5 favorite characters. Because like I said in the episode, I thought we were only doing squad mates. Because had I known it was just anyone, whoever, Lang would have been my number 1, and then he was your number 1 least favorite. So, like, there's going to be some kind of conflict right there just from that.
Yeah, that's one thing. Anybody in the chat know why we might have had 60,000 downloads of the podcast in one day? Has anybody heard anything about the Lazarus Project anywhere on the internet, or from another video or another YouTuber or another podcast or anything? because it's racking my brains
It's one
that
of the ones that. Can you imagine if it was one of the ones that we refused to listen to, like Mr. Holton or something? Like,
I don't even think he's that big. I mean, he's got what, like 20,000 followers? I'll tell you what, I forget off the top of my head, do you remember, either of you, what day that episode went live? It had to have been the better part of like a week, 10 days, something like that.
something like that, yeah.
I intentionally released the last one on N7 day.
Yes, that was right. And it wasn't until what, the 27th that it just blew up.
I'm just saying, I will be curious to know. Obviously, I know Craig has other real life stuff going on, but whenever the new one comes out or goes live, how the viewership looks or turns out.
Yeah.
Because I mean, even if only like 20%, like 1 in 5 people come back, I mean that's still going to be a pretty big number.
Yeah, it is going to be interesting to see if the next one like shoots up. But at the same time, I did kind of hope that people who saw that latest episode would watch the previous ones, because like surely some people who watch the worst characters would want to watch our favorite characters, you know, or listen to rather.
Yeah, you would have thought so, wouldn't you?
That's what I would have thought. Yeah.
I mean, I guess it's almost kind of like a backlog sort of thing, maybe. It's like, if you leave a comment on a YouTube video of anyone of even remotely half-decent size, if you leave a comment after like more than 2 or 3 hours after the video goes live, literally no one's going to see it, because it's just going to be at the bottom. You'd have to scroll down through like 800 pages to find it. Because I mean, like, I don't know if it's just me, but I assume other people are similar. It's like, there are people I've been following on YouTube since literally 2005, and if I'll just be scrolling through and I'll be like, oh, I missed a video, I should watch it, and I'll be like, oh, it's from 2 weeks ago, I'll just forget it. And I'll be like, am I the only one who does that?
Not really. I tend to.
Yeah,
No.
I do that sometimes, but I mean, alternatively, like if the person I like to listen to enough, you know, they aren't releasing an episode for a while, I do like to go back a bit. There was a YouTuber I used to watch as a kid. He's really dumb, but as a kid I really liked his dumb humor, and he's called The Gaming Lemon. And he released videos so like in such little time spans, like maybe 3 videos a month. But I loved his videos so much I would go back and watch a backlog of stuff about GTA 4 or whatever.
Yeah, it depends on what kind of videos it is. If it's news related, if you know it's like 2 or 3 weeks old, then I'll probably just skip it. But if it's like reviews, or if it's opinion pieces, or if it's, you know, if it's a game about a game that I like, even if it's released like a few months ago, I'd still go back and watch it.
It's like, I'll give you an example.
I suppose that's the thing as well, isn't it? Because
Sorry.
we do have a news segment. I was just going to say, because we do have a news segment, maybe that's part of the news is all.
Southern fried
Yeah,
chicken and
that's
chips.
just-
Ooh, that sounds good.
Were you going to say, Money?
I was just going to say, like, just as an example, one of my all-time favorite YouTubers is Markiplier, and I love him because not only does he do gaming stuff, but he tends to lean into horror, and that's like by far my favorite genre, is horror and sci-fi. And like, what he does, this thing, I don't know if you've ever seen it, 3 Scary Games, where he does this running series where he'll just find super duper random obscure indie horror games that literally no one has ever heard of, and do 3 of them per video. And it's like one of my favorite videos of one of my favorite series, sorry, of all time. But I missed one like a month ago, and I still haven't gone back to watch it. I'm like, man, it's been a month. Do I really even want to see it? And I keep trying to like psych myself. I'm like, no, you should go watch this. It might be amazing. Who knows?
The politics channel is just a British one. don't really
Sorry,
have.
Craig?
Just saying, are we all dead?
No.
Oh.
Does me
Go,
like
Tim,
no
go
word.
ahead, Tim.
Sorry,
Yeah, go
Curtis.
ahead. You go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say it's almost comical, but like no word of a lie. Of all the hundreds and hundreds of games I have on my Steam account, probably something like 10 to 15% of them are horror games I never would have even known about if I hadn't watched Mark play them.
Lol, thank you for the subscription. Mod recommendations, I would say Arrival triggering mod, One Probe mod, Mass Effect 2.
Cough, Tally Romance mod.
Who?
Tally Romance mod.
Oh,
Why
what?
do
So
you
you
need
can
a mod to romance Talwyn?
see a face.
You need them. You need them. No, it adds a lot. You know, I mean, it adds an actual romance scene instead of a fade to black, which I think is more effective. And this isn't me being creepy in any way. It's purely because
Greg
you got
wants
this
to see
whole
some
face
porn.
reveal that you don't even get to see. No, that's just no.
I will defend
This
Craig
is
on
because
this
you get
because
a big face.
sorry.
I was just
I
going to
was
say, you
just
get
gonna
big face
say-
reveal that you don't see her face.
Anything else get revealed?
A few things, yeah, but it's more about the fact that she's revealing who she is. She's opening up to Shepard, and you see her out of the suit, and it makes it sweeter than just some stupid fade to black. Okay, that's all.
I forget what it's called, but I remember reading, or maybe someone told me somewhere, there's a mod you can get where if you romance Liara in Mass Effect 1 and then Tali in Mass Effect 2, you can have a threesome with them in the third game.
As regards to Mass Effect 3, definitely get Take Earth Back mod, the Spectre mod, and
Yes. There's a elevator conversations in the Mako mod as well.
yeah, that's for the first one, isn't it?
Is the Take Back Earth one the one? Because I remember I briefly tried a mod once, and I don't remember all of it, but like there was one part of it on like the mission to rescue the Primarch. It built on like side objectives on it where you had to like target Reaper things so the Normandy could come hit Reaper strong points while you were trying to rescue the Primarch. It just added like a whole bunch of extra side stuff to the main story quest, or was that
No,
something else?
that's the Expanded Galaxy mod. That's another decent one that you need.
Okay.
Yeah, that adds like extra missions and stuff that you can do around the Normandy. You can like assign your crew, and it adds in things like extra characters and fills out the world a bit more, and you can have like atlases inside the Normandy cargo hangar. And happened to Diana.
No.
Oh no, I think she's died.
And I was just gonna say, in defense of Craig wanting to see, what did Tim say, more of Tali, I do have a mod that gives Ashley an extra armor set in the third game that's like this all leather skirt thing with like thigh high boots, and I admittedly use it just because it helps reduce how often I shoot her on the Citadel. So I completely understand where Craig's coming from with the Tali thing.
That make you less likely to nuke her as well.
I guess. And I mean, it makes me not want to shoot her quite as much.
I just
Nick
stepped
is
out,
too good
man.
for
I
her.
need to step back in.
Oh, thank you, Curtis.
Well, you're still in the middle of a match,
No
aren't you? I'm
problem.
watching on my phone.
there's a
No
like,
stream lag. We're done now.
Which is,
yeah.
Oh, okay.
yeah, you come out. Yeah.
Also, speaking again of our least favorite characters, there's a question I've been meaning to ask you for like 2 weeks, Tim. I'd be curious. Because I know, without spoiling anything, I know Javik was on your list. And I just wanted to say, if his DLC hadn't have been a DLC and if he was just in the game from the get-go, would you still have not liked him as much?
Probably.
Like,
think-
I'm wondering if it's just a DLC thing.
It was it was clear that they'd obviously cut him out to sell him on as day one DLC, which was a bit of a dick move to do, really. But I suppose it was the whole character. I mean, you can't, that it was too much of an important character to cut out. If they'd like cut out James's character, for instance, and then put him as a DLC, it wouldn't be that such of a big deal. But to have, you know, a living, breathing Prothean as the one that they put in as a day one DLC. Yeah, Terry, you're right there. But yeah, I think it was this whole character as well. He's not a likable person, but I suppose that's the way he's supposed to be. But I don't know.
I was just kind of curious because I was re-listening because I was just like bored out of my mind and couldn't sleep the other day, and I was re-listening to some of our older episodes, and then I know what you said about Javik, and then I was re-listening to our top 5 characters, and then when I was talking about how much I like Zaid, you'd also mentioned that you weren't fond of him and you like rarely ever use him because he was a day one DLC too. So I was like, oh, maybe Tim just doesn't like day one DLC.
Yeah, no, I don't think it was that. It was because there isn't many conversations that you can have with him. Whereas you can, after each mission, you can go and check out your crew, and they've got new things to say and new interactions with Zaid and Kasumi. They have like a few set lines, and then that's it. So I didn't kind of get that bond. I suppose I have actually been using him a bit more in this latest playthrough that I've done. I'll just back out somebody for me. I'm not ready yet, so I can't multitask.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I've been backing in and out because I figured you probably weren't ready.
So yeah, I think it's because I haven't got that like connection with him like I have the rest of the characters. But yeah, I've been using him a bit more on missions, and he does actually have some pretty funny one-liners during the missions themselves. So, and he's kind of growing on me, should I say?
Yeah, like I said, I love him. He's just this bitter, angry old person, and like when I'm 70, I hope I'm 5% as cool as he is. I will say my favorite thing about Kasumi though is, do you know if she survives the suicide mission, and if you romance anyone other than Kelly, she has like a sick one-liner for every romance in the game about how how dare you sleep with this person kind of thing.
I wonder what she says about Jacob.
She gets super pissed at you because she loves him. She's like, and then she basically, I forget the exact quote, but she like throws her hands up and is like, okay, fine, Shepard, you win, you can have him. My favorite is if you romance Miranda, but I'm not sure I can repeat what she says in stream.
Probably not. Oh, I haven't got any. Get some med packs. Yeah, I am learning, look.
So it must be that.
I will say that Kasumi has one of my, as far as random DLC goes, She has probably one of the coolest loyalty missions, like in. I mean, like, not that other games have loyalty missions, but her loyalty mission is one of the coolest DLCs I've ever played. I guess would be a better way to put it. It's like you literally get to be James Bond for an hour.
Yeah, it's really good the first few times you play it. It can get a bit tedious though once you know what to do. I did enjoy it though, first. That's what we should do, innit? We should get a loyalty top 10 top 5 loyalty missions.
Yeah, loyalty missions is a good idea.
That would be good. And then top 5 least favorite loyalty. Is Zaid Australian? I thought he was English.
Have I actually put it onto a different map, or is it just... Are we just playing on this one tonight, and that's it?
Am I an idiot? I swore I thought Zaid was British. Is he actually Australian?
Oh, that's a good start, isn't it?
Side was British as well, to be honest.
I mean, to be fair, I'm terrible with accents. I didn't know that Hawk was supposed to be South African until I saw Tim's video on it.
I'm pretty sure Zaid is English.
That's what I thought too.
I thought he was Australian with the way he sounded.
What's going on?
I could be wrong.
Why am I getting my ass kicked?
They like you.
Oh, Manning, you look like one of the enemy.
Go ahead.
All my humans look like this kid. You should be used to it by now. I've been part of this community for like 2 years. Did you just leave it on Tachanka and Cerberus? Because I'm pretty sure this has been like the same matchup 3 times in a row.
Well, that's what I was thinking. I might not have put it on random stuff. I need to check it now.
I think Tim's just tired of getting that acid rain. I still think we should do an episode about Caravan Lost. I feel like we've watched it, but...
When are you playing Trespasser, Tim?
Not yet.
Yeah. Tim, please. 2 things you have to do. Play Trespasser. Play Andromeda, please.
There's so much stuff I want to talk to you about with Trespasser and especially Andromeda, and I don't want to spoil anything, so I can't. I've been like sitting on it for like over a year.
Well, apparently the Inquisition is officially disbanded.
Well, that's depending on the choice, actually.
No, the Dragon Age anime thing that's coming out next week. Apparently they showed the first episode on Twitch on a couple of days ago, and one of the characters says it in the first episode. It's officially disbanded. So.
It's probably like a canon thing then, like in the comics where Alistair's king.
Yeah, I don't like it when they do that. That's the one good thing about Mass Effect, is they don't touch the canon stuff.
Hang on, wait till the new Mass Effect and then say that thing.
So far they haven't. How's that?
Hmm.
This assault rifle is ridiculous.
I'll walk past that one, but it's really cool. Like the human N7 one with the sword.
Why did it buffer
Speaking of-
important news?
Sorry. I was just going to say, speaking of Dragon Age Inquisition, I always thought that Solus was like one of everyone's favorite characters, but apparently there's a lot of people who hate him.
I wasn't too keen on him. But I played as an elf my very first time. and he was really, he wasn't very nice to me at all. So I might have had a different experience than somebody that played as like a human or something. I don't know.
Let's do like a Dragon Age characters thing with it.
Speaking of the races, should I, on a scale of 1 to 10, how much shame should I feel that I've still never played as a dwarf?
Can't believe that. Because for me, dwarf is canon. Because there's just something perfect about being a cashless dwarf that actually goes on a bit of a character arc to becoming somebody at the end of the history.
I'm almost interested to play, especially in Origins, just to see if I be a castless dwarf, if I can join, I forget her name, but the crazy dwarf lady, the castless dwarf who runs the Carta. I think her name starts with a J.
Do you want me to spoil that for you?
I mean, at this point, the game's 13 years old, so sure, it's my own fault for never doing it.
Well, you don't join her. There's a different crime dude that you're actually doing odd jobs for to start. I thought it was awesome though that the guy I'm watching play for the first time, he's playing as Castless Dwarf as well, and his logic is just like so similar to mine. Like his thinking, I mean.
Is there a third class option if you play as a dwarf? Because obviously they can't do anything with Lyrium or use magic, or are you just stuck as a warrior or a rogue?
They're just a warrior or a rogue.
Yeah. Well, they have the berserker skill, don't they? Which you can't get.
Yeah, but a warrior can learn that too.
How can they?
My canon warden is a human noble warrior, and my two specialty classes were berserker and ravager. And like I've said it before, and I'll say it again, you have no idea how hilarious it is to max out all your two-handed weapon skills, get a really big hammer, and then turn on berserker rage and aura of pain at the same time, and then just run into the middle of just a giant group of people. It's hilarious.
That's the case. I'm definitely not watching that. You mean the Dragon Age anime thing? I don't even know much about that, to be honest. I don't know what it. I think it's supposed to be. Is it supposed to be setting up for Dragon Age 4?
I've got no idea.
I've not really been following it, to be honest.
I still think it'd be a great opportunity to do episodes about that. It would be a constant flow of content for the podcast. I mean. Even if we just had a half-hour segment to talk about the episode.
Yeah.
All clear. Good work. Enemy forces at half strength.
I really need to get the Dragon Age novels and comics.
We've got a drone downed in the area.
There's still so many Dragon Age comics I haven't read, to be honest.
Upload stat. Good work. Stay close so your Omni tool keeps it alive.
Yeah. I do hate the terror. Yep. Now he's gonna plant me the turret, isn't he? Uh-huh. Look at him with his originality. Yeah, I probably should have been playing Objective. Sean Manning is mad at me.
That drone.
What did I do?
I just said, I'm sure you're mad at me for not playing the objective.
For not playing what? Sorry.
Never mind.
Sorry, it's just there was a grenade went off right in my ear. Although I would like to point out that it's been like 6 rounds since Tim has shot me.
Oh, that's cheeky.
You still ready to get
I got the turret.
Not got any more jokes for us tonight, man.
Yeah, but if you're gonna be mean to me, you have to earn them.
Oh. But everyone shouldn't suffer just because I was mean to you.
Alright, well... Hey, Tim.
Yeah.
Do you know why the chili pepper couldn't do archery?
No.
Because it didn't have an arrow.
I'm not the only one who didn't get that right.
So I won't be a second.
Also, in my defense, Craig, this assault rifle is really, really loud.
Ever played Plague Tale?
What?
Have you ever played a Plague Tale?
I played the first one, but not the most recent one.
Did you like the first one?
I really thought it was innovative, because it was cool. I like the aesthetic where, like, you're playing as, like, this 5'2", 100-pound girl, and you, rather than, you know, going, like, running around and, like, throwing around guys literally 3 times your size, you have to, like, use stealth and distraction and intrigue to try to, like, advance. I thought that was pretty cool, and I can't really think of any other games that had that kind of aesthetic.
Yeah, actually got to the end of it because it's really frustrating. I played it on Game Pass, but then they took it off Game Pass when the second one came out, and I hadn't quite finished the first one yet.
When the second one came out, the first one went on sale for like 90% off on Steam. I don't know if it still is.
It's okay because I got it for free on Epic Games. So when I got a PC, well, just recently that can actually run it, my old PC was kind of a potato. I'm actually playing through it again now from the beginning because obviously I couldn't bring my progress across.
I don't know if you've ever played Dishonored, but it almost kind of reminded me a little bit of that. I mean, maybe not really, but a little bit.
I'm afraid I'm going to have to shoot off after this match. So you're aware.
Although having said that, I mean, Dishonored is literally just Assassin's Creed with magic, and no one can change my mind.
Never played Dishonored, to be honest.
It's
Actually, that's a lie.
steampunk
I
with
think I
whales.
played it briefly. I've heard really good things about Plague Tale Requiem, so I do want to finish the first one.
It's. I won't spoil anything since you haven't finished it, but yeah, it's definitely worth finishing.
Do you feel a little bit like the performances aren't as good as they could have been though?
Well,
Maybe that's just
I'm pretty sure literally no one who does voice acting in the game is actually French.
Well, it's like one of those things to me. Like, you know, sometimes I feel like some people are trying so hard to do an accent that they don't focus on their performance or delivery of the lines as much. Do you know what I mean?
Oh,
I mean, having said that, the voice acting is certainly serviceable, if nothing else.
But yeah, it's decent. There's like a few moments where, like, especially when you're spending a very brief amount of time with her dad, they could have done a better job with that, I think.
I will
It
say
couldn't have hurt the-
that I forget his name off the top of my head, but I did find her little brother to be kind of annoying at times.
Oh yeah. That's another thing, I just kind of found him annoying as well.
Which, I mean, is kind of weird to say, because she's not that much older than him. Because I think, what, she's supposed to be like 16, and then he's like 10 or something. Thank you.
I missed that shot.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, Diana. That was teamwork, that was. Diana was covering me while I was reviving you.
It's the kind of
And
thing,
you
like, it
played
makes me wonder, like, when I was 16, was I that annoying? But I mean, like, I'm 39 now, so I can't even remember what being 16 was like.
If that kid is not 16.
No, I mean, I was talking about the girl. Her brother, I think, is 10. But I'm pretty sure she's supposed to be 16.
6 years is a decent enough, like, age gap, I feel. I don't think 6 years is, like, near enough the same age.
I love how the Phantom was literally in mid-animation attacking Curtis, but somehow switched and stabbed me, even though I was like 10 feet away.
Turning into 10 now, man. No offense, Tim. Shit,
Tim
it's
died
extraction
like
mark.
47 times this match. I died about 5 or 6.
Oh my god.
Damn it, Craig, I was looking at your butt and then you died.
Just saying that your eyesight killed me? Somebody revive me
Well,
quick.
I was
please.
just looking out of professional curiosity because
Okay.
last week Tim said that girls had nice butts.
hey, right. I'm afraid I need to go and sort out my my children, so I need to shoot. But thank you for the game. Thank you, Manning and Curtis and Diana and Craig. Thank you for keeping us company, Random, and Terry and everybody else that was in the chat. Hope you have a wonderful week, and I'll see you next time.
Take care.
Hey Tim,
Yes.
do you know what you call it when Dwayne Johnson buys a pair of gardening shears from the hardware store?